The Adeyemi family had always seemed perfect. Bolaji and his wife, Tola, had been married for 12 years, with 2 beautiful children, Kemi and Deji. They lived a comfortable life in Lagos, with Bolaji working as an architect and Tola as a successful fashion designer. The family bond appeared strong, built on trust and love, or so Bolaji thought. One evening, after a family reunion, Bolaji's older brother, Connor, who had been living abroad for years, made a casual comment that raised suspicion in Bolaji's mind. He joked about how Deji, the youngest, didn't resemble anyone in the family, suggesting that maybe the boy took after someone else. Though Bolaji laughed it off, the thought planted itself deeply. Days turned into weeks, and Bolaji couldn't shake the feeling. He began to notice subtle differences in Deji, from his facial features to his mannerisms, which seemed oddly unlike him or Tola. The tension in the household grew silently as Bolaji distanced himself emotionally, all the while contemplating the possibility of betrayal. His late-night conversations with Tola became fewer, and doubts festered. Bolaji's suspicion reached a breaking point when he came across an old text message on Tola's phone, from around the time Deji was conceived, from a man named Femi, an old colleague of hers. The tone of the messages was overly friendly and hinted at a deeper connection between Tola and Femi. Overwhelmed with anxiety and anger, Bolaji decided to conduct a secret paternity test on Deji without informing Tola. Weeks later, the result arrived, confirming Bolaji's worst fears: Deji was not his biological son. Devastated, Bolaji confronted Tola, furious and hurt, demanding the truth. Tola, stunned and defensive, denied any infidelity at first but, under Bolaji's relentless questioning, eventually broke down and confessed. She tearfully admitted that she had a brief affair with Femi during a rocky period in their marriage, when Bolaji had been emotionally distant due to work stress. She insisted that it had meant nothing and that she had no idea Deji wasn't Bolaji's biological child. The revelation shattered the family. Bolaji was torn between his love for his children and the deep betrayal he felt from Tola. The conflict spread through the household, with Kemi overhearing parts of the argument and demanding to know what was going on. The tension even spilled into extended family gatherings, as word of the paternity issue reached Connor, who had unknowingly sparked the whole ordeal. At a family meeting organized by Bolaji's mother, Adebisi, the couple faced their crossroads. Bolaji was on the verge of leaving Tola, but Adebisi urged him to reconsider, reminding him that regardless of the biological facts, he had raised Deji as his son for 6 years. Bolaji wrestled with the idea of walking away from Deji, who had always seen him as his father, and the overwhelming sense of betrayal. Tola, remorseful and willing to do anything to save her marriage, apologized profusely. She promised to cut ties with Femi, seeking forgiveness and a chance to rebuild their relationship. After long hours of emotional conversation, Bolaji decided to stay, but with one condition: they would go for counseling to rebuild the broken trust. The couple began therapy, which helped them navigate the pain, guilt, and anger that had taken root in their marriage. Over time, they focused on the things that had brought them together in the first place. Bolaji slowly opened up, beginning to see Deji as his son again, realizing that his love for the boy transcended bloodlines. While the relationship wasn't perfect, Bolaji and Tola worked hard to restore their marriage. They were transparent with their children, explaining the situation in an age-appropriate way to avoid future misunderstandings. A year later, the Adeyemi family seemed to be healing. Bolaji and Deji's bond had grown even stronger, as Bolaji committed to being the best father he could be, regardless of biological ties. Tola, grateful for the second chance, remained devoted to repairing her relationship with Bolaji, and they both agreed to leave the past behind them.